kind of in Saguenash, and there was a train going, so it was a long wait. But I was taking a right. I wasn't even going across the track, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on the side, just around people, take this right. And a dude literally took a big gulp of water and threw it at me.
Wow.
Yeah.
On your scooter?
Yeah, and I stayed calm, and I didn't do anything, and I just looked back, I smiled, and I took my right, and I went home.
Man, I got the biking gloves now.
Man, that's some discipline.
Because if it was soda, I would have been like pissed, but it
You,
was
you
water.
were
It was on my scooter.
driving and you were behind him?
Yeah, there was like a long wait. There's a long wait, so I hit the little edge. You know, there's like 2 feet of room, 2 or 3 feet of room, and I rode it and took a right.
Yeah.
And he just.
Wow, so he was pissed because you actually just cut him off?
And I was probably a big smile on my face, like summer scooting, and I looked back. He seemed like a construction worker or some type like that. Just got off a long job. He's like.
I don't understand the people that get mad at you or frustrated because you took the bike lane or you maneuvered out. I'm like, bro, if you run a bike, you'd be doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Like, you really think I'm gonna wait here when I can literally just go on the bike lane and go to the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have some leeway too, right? Like
Yeah,
there's, I think,
though.
8 feet of concrete or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't take my word for it, but yeah, these people are just frustrated, man. They're frustrated, and yeah, that's a scumbag move.
I'm gonna get the
It's
GoPro.
tough. It's tough to not like. You gotta practice what you preach, though. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll let it slide. What am I gonna do? Like,
It was for sure purposely.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Well, they're like laughing. I was like,
Wow.
I was like,
Mm.
you don't know. Just because.
Yeah, maybe riding a scooter, but you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I just got done golfing too, so I was like in a polo, like
my God.
riding my cream scooter with a white helmet on.
I can see it.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like I was having a good
It's like
time.
this
He's
preppy
like,
kid looks
I'm
like-
gonna get this kid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's what we gotta navigate through in this life, right? We got a lot of frustrated people out there.
I was saying I'm gonna get the GoPro mount for the helmet,
Mm-hmm.
so I could put it in the front. So if anything happens, I'm gonna be recording, doing like vlogs and stuff. So if anything happens, like, yo, this is the footage.
Mm.
Man, bikers are aggressive. I mean, cyclists.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Cyclists are
they will,
aggressive.
if you get in their lane, they will fight you.
Yeah.
They will, let you know about it, right?
There's
Dude,
a dude
those
in
gloves, those gloves that you got, man, I'm jealous of those.
yeah, and I got the gloves with the
Same ones Hadis
the
has.
hard knuckle ones. So I was
brass
saying,
knuckles?
yeah, I'm like, if somebody threw something at me, like, you really want to try that?
they roll up the window fast. You punch through
Yeah,
the
I'm
window.
gonna have to really practice my patience.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
It's worth it. It's worth it because that dude probably unhappy today.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I didn't let you rile
Yeah.
me up.
that is like very admirable. I think that is the goal. I think when we were younger, we would perceive that as like, oh man, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. But as we get older, we realize having control over our emotional state requires strength.
it's not being moved off center. Like, no one has control over you by
Yeah.
getting you mad.
And it was because he only did it to me. Like, that's fine. I won't get mad. Like, that's cool. If he did it to me and my sister was on the back, then I'm really mad. Because
Yeah.
that's different. Now you're putting her in danger. Like, oh, you think you would clown me? Like, you think, oh, scooter, whatever. But I'll let you just stay in your unhappy state of mind. I'm going to take this right turn, and I'm going to go so fast that all the water's gone in like 30 seconds. But it's because it was only danger to me. I don't care.
At what point, though, does that come into play when they cross the line too far, and then it's just straight up disrespect where you're forced to do something, or I don't even know.
It's if it's protecting family.
But if you're like protecting family, I get it. If someone's behind, if someone's with you, passenger seat,
Mhm.
and they're doing something to them, then yeah. But say they're trying to clown you or they're trying to punk you somewhere. At what point is it where you're just like,
I let it happen. I don't
Mhm.
care. Because what? Someone would beat you up. Then what? Then I go home and like my day's ruined because he got me here. I
Mhm.
just it's just stupid to me. If somebody's like really trying to start a problem with me, it's like, oh, you have something going on internally that you're trying to you're just trying to mirror me and you're trying to get like a rise out of me. It's like
yeah,
you're just like beaming with insecurity. It's just weird.
okay.
For me, it's like
Yeah.
pity. Like I pity them.
Yeah, I mean, on some level,
Yeah.
that's what it is, right? A lot of times, if we haven't dealt with our insecurities, they start manifesting themselves in like acts of aggression or We try to put other people down to make ourselves feel better. So it's sad. It's but sometimes those people need to be taught a lesson. And but at the same time, if you feel that you're the one to give those lessons out, you want to become the Punisher, then be ready to wrestle with some pigs. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have to get dirty, and dirty can mean lawsuits. Dirty can mean just having to deal with that toxic energy. If people don't see what goes behind the scenes after the fight, when you have to go to court for a year or longer, and you have to pay lawyers, and you have to, explain yourself, and now you're just, losing your mental health to deal with those scenarios. Maybe now you have a record. So I think that's a high level of discipline. Easier said than done. I think the line is like, you are sacred as a soul, and so is he, so is she. Like, as human beings, we are sacred. We have a soul. We're living, just like an animal. We have we're living creatures. So if someone does cross that line of like, I am going to hurt you, I think we have an innate right to defend that sacred soul, but we also can't go beyond, like if someone steps on my toes and then I cut his head off, like, all right, there was a disproportionate amount of force there, so now I am the oppressor, right? But if someone pushes me, I have the right to push back, and someone punches me, I have the right to punch back, and hopefully we have enough discipline to not escalate it past that. But we both have the devil in our ear, and he's trying to get us in trouble. And sometimes those things that don't seem like they're, the level of violence can be, basically the level of violence escalates very quick. And when our mind gets filled with anger, our judgment is different. We're impulsive and we're not thinking clear. So
that's why so many fighters lose. When they lose their cool, they just get buck wild, and then somebody takes advantage of it.
I think there's something to be said about just like the game of words too. Like, I feel like it's so easy to get out of altercations. You're nice, and then if you can, like, you're nice and they just continue to do it, then you just set the boundary of like, I have one line that I love. My friend Jimmy Von Bedding, I heard him say it once, and it made me laugh so hard because the dude's face was like, it was game changer. Dude's trying to fight him. He's like, hey, like, I have no interest in fighting you. Like, leave me alone. He's like, I just need you to know, I'm make it clear, I'm not even a little bit afraid of you. So it's like, leaving that bound. I'd like that one, because it's like, I have no interest in this. Go away. But I'm not scared.
Yeah, verbal jiu-jitsu, right? Like, that's a thing, right? Like, some people, they can play guard, but they don't got no takedowns. Some guys got takedowns, they don't have a guard. Some guys got the whole ground game figured out, but they can't talk. You know what I mean? And some guys can talk so well, they never have to get into a fight. Right? So I think that's all encompassing and admirable to, pick up a few details, because sometimes when you're in that situation, your emotional state is influencing your behavior. And just, maybe having a few key words like that can come in handy. But
I was watching Ferris Bueller last night. You know the movie, right?
Classic.
Yeah, I was watching it last night, and I noticed, I'm like, man, this dude's he's really charismatic. Like, in the movie, his character, right? He gets people to do things for him, and he gets himself in situations, and he gets himself out of situations, all through just his wits.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes there's some. It definitely, that's a skill, right? Like the verbal jiu-jitsu, but some people are so toxic. They have the same ability to like try and manipulate others and control others.
That's when you're just like, you gotta be aware. You're like, oh, now this dude's trying to. This person's trying to make me feel some type of way that I don't want to feel, but the choice of words that they use.
Yeah, and all this stuff that I'm talking like I'm preaching, I am not a master of these. I acknowledge them. I'm aware of them based off of my life experiences, but I'm still working on them. I think we're all probably a work in progress.